Don't even look at my Ferrari. The world's best experts couldn't fix it, and you think you can?
The Ferrari had become a legend for all the wrong reasons. 5 years. $2 million. 43 mechanics. 7 luxury workshops. 3 world-famous Ferrari specialists. And not one of them could make the car run for more than 12 minutes without something catastrophic happening. People came from different countries just to see it sitting inside the glass showroom. A flawless red Ferrari worth a fortune. Beautiful. Perfect. And completely useless. The owner, Isabella Moretti, hated looking at it. Every time she walked into the building, the machine felt like a personal insult. She had inherited the car from her late father, a brilliant automotive engineer who had spent the final years of his life secretly modifying the vehicle. Nobody knew exactly what he had changed. When he died unexpectedly, he left behind thousands of notes, hundreds of custom components, and a Ferrari that refused to cooperate with anyone. The best engineers in the world tried. Some replaced entire systems. Others rebuilt the engine. One famous specialist charged nearly $400,000 alone. Nothing worked. The Ferrari would start. It would roar beautifully. It would drive. Then something impossible would happen. Sensors would fail. Temperatures would spike. Computers would freeze. Fuel readings would become nonsense. And within minutes the car would shut itself down. Nobody could explain why. The mystery became famous. Automotive channels made documentaries about it. Experts debated online. Forums called it the Ghost Ferrari. The nickname stuck. 5 years later, Isabella stood inside her showroom during a charity event while reporters photographed the cursed machine. A journalist smiled. So when will it finally be fixed? The room laughed. Isabella forced a smile. Probably never. More laughter. Then a voice came from behind. That's because nobody is trying to understand it. The room went silent. Everyone turned. Standing beside a cleaning cart was an older janitor wearing faded work clothes. Gray hair. Wrinkled face. Cheap shoes. A mop in one hand. His name tag read Daniel. Nobody paid attention to him normally. He cleaned floors. Emptied trash bins. Wiped windows. That was it. The reporter smirked. And I suppose you know how to fix it? Daniel shrugged. Maybe. The crowd exploded with laughter. Even Isabella smiled. You think you can solve what millions of dollars couldn't? Daniel looked at the Ferrari. Then he looked at her. No. The crowd became confused. No? I don't think I can. More laughter followed. Then Daniel finished his sentence. I know I can. The laughter vanished instantly. The confidence in his voice didn't match his appearance. Not even close. Isabella folded her arms. You know you can? Yes. How? You hired mechanics. Of course. You hired technicians. Obviously. You hired specialists. Yes. Daniel nodded. But nobody hired a detective. The room fell silent. Isabella stared. What does that even mean? Daniel pointed toward the Ferrari. Your father didn't accidentally create a problem. Everyone listened. He created a message. The crowd exchanged puzzled looks. Daniel continued. The car isn't broken. The room became perfectly quiet. Then what's wrong with it? Isabella asked. Daniel smiled. It's doing exactly what it was designed to do. For the first time in years, Isabella felt genuine curiosity. The next morning she found Daniel cleaning windows. She approached him directly. You really believe that? Yes. You think my father designed the failures? Absolutely. Why? Daniel placed down his cloth. Because engineers don't spend years building masterpieces only to make random mistakes. She stared. What are you suggesting? I'm suggesting your father left something behind. A secret? Exactly. Isabella crossed her arms. And if you're wrong? Daniel smiled. Then I'm just a janitor. And if you're right? He looked at the Ferrari through the glass. Then your father was far smarter than anyone realized. Something about the certainty in his voice bothered her. Not because it sounded arrogant. Because it sounded factual. 3 hours later she handed him the keys. The entire staff thought she had lost her mind. Daniel spent the first day doing absolutely nothing. No repairs. No tools. No disassembly. Nothing. He simply sat beside the Ferrari reading thousands of pages of notes left by Isabella's father. By the second day, people were mocking him. By the third day, videos appeared online making fun of the janitor. By the fourth day, Isabella was starting to regret everything. Then Daniel found something. A single sentence hidden among hundreds of engineering calculations. It read, "Only someone who asks why before asking how deserves the answer." Daniel smiled. The hunt had begun. For 2 weeks he studied every page. He barely slept. He barely ate. And eventually he discovered a strange pattern. Certain notes contained numbers that seemed unrelated. Temperatures. Measurements. Coordinates. Engine ratios. None of it made sense individually. Together they formed a code. When decoded, the numbers pointed towards specific components throughout the Ferrari. Daniel inspected each location. Inside one panel he found a handwritten note. Inside another he found a diagram. Inside another he discovered a key. Each clue led to another. The Ferrari wasn't a machine. It was a treasure map. And Isabella's father had hidden the trail perfectly. Months of work by elite engineers had failed because they focused on fixing things. Daniel focused on understanding things. 3 weeks later he called Isabella. "You need to come here." His voice sounded different. Excited. She arrived immediately. Daniel was standing beside the Ferrari. On the floor sat dozens of pages. "What happened?" "I found the final clue." Her heart raced. "And?" Daniel held up a small metal object. A custom-made chip. No larger than a coin. "What is that?" "The answer." She stared. Daniel carefully inserted the chip into a concealed compartment nobody had discovered. A compartment hidden behind a section of the dashboard. The moment it clicked into place, something happened. The dashboard illuminated. Not normally. Differently. A new screen appeared. Words filled the display. Isabella froze. It was her father's handwriting. A pre-recorded message. Tears immediately formed in her eyes. Her father had been dead for 5 years. Yet somehow he was speaking to her. To whoever found this. The room became silent. "If this message is playing, then someone finally understood my creation." Isabella began crying. Daniel stood quietly. The message continued. "The Ferrari was never the project." Everyone listened carefully. "The project was the person trying to understand it." Isabella covered her mouth. Her father's voice remained calm. "I wanted to prove something." The screen changed. Technical schematics appeared. Advanced engineering concepts. Revolutionary designs. Patents. Research. Innovations worth fortunes. Thousands of hours of work. Nobody had discovered any of it because they never solved the puzzle. The Ferrari had been a vault. A giant moving safe protecting his life's work. Experts had failed because they assumed they already knew everything. Only someone willing to question every assumption could unlock it. The final sentence appeared. "If Daniel Reed is standing there, tell him he still owes me $20. The room exploded. Isabella looked at Daniel. Daniel looked stunned. Completely stunned. "What?" The old janitor sat down heavily. His face had turned pale. "Impossible." "What?" Daniel laughed nervously. "Your father. You knew him?" Daniel stared at the screen. Then he nodded slowly. 40 years ago." The room became silent again. "He was my best friend." Nobody moved. Nobody breathed. "He disappeared after university." Daniel smiled sadly. "We both loved engineering." Isabella couldn't believe what she was hearing. "You never told me. You never asked?" The realization hit her like a truck. Daniel wasn't some random janitor. Something didn't fit. Not even remotely. "Who are you?" she whispered. Daniel sighed. Then he finally told the truth. 40 years earlier he had been one of the most respected automotive engineers in the world. His patents had transformed multiple industries. His innovations had earned millions. Then tragedy struck. His wife became ill. Very ill. Daniel abandoned everything to care for her. Companies replaced him. Industries moved on. His reputation faded. When she eventually died, he no longer cared about money or fame. He simply wanted peace. So he disappeared. For years he worked ordinary jobs. Simple jobs. Quiet jobs. until eventually he became a janitor. Nobody recognized him. Nobody remembered him. And he preferred it that way. The room remained speechless. One employee quickly searched his name online. Then another. Then another. Gasps spread everywhere. The janitor was real. The forgotten genius existed. Daniel Reed wasn't a cleaner who understood engineering. He was an engineering legend who happened to be cleaning floors. News exploded within hours. Reporters surrounded the building. Automotive companies called nonstop. Interview requests flooded in. Executives offered Daniel fortunes. He rejected them all. Every single one. Meanwhile, Isabella's father's hidden research shocked the industry. Experts estimated its value at hundreds of millions. The Ferrari itself became one of the most famous cars on Earth. But Isabella cared about only one thing. She wanted to know whether it would finally run. Daniel smiled. Let's find out. The entire city seemed to gather around the test track. Cameras pointed toward the Ferrari. Journalists crowded fences. Engineers watched live streams. Millions tuned in. 5 years. $2 million. Countless failures. Everything came down to this moment. Daniel handed Isabella the keys. You drive. She stared. You sure? Absolutely. Her hands trembled as she climbed inside. The engine started. The sound echoed across the track. Perfect. Beautiful. Alive. She pressed the accelerator. The Ferrari moved. 1 lap. No problems. 2 laps. No warnings. 3 laps. Nothing. People held their breath. 4 laps. 5. 10. 20. The car kept running. Flawlessly. At full power. At maximum performance. After nearly an hour, Isabella stopped the Ferrari. Tears streamed down her face. The crowd erupted. Cheering. Screaming. Applauding. Some people cried. Others laughed. 5 years of frustration had finally ended. As Isabella stepped out, reporters rushed forward. One shouted the question everyone wanted answered. Mr. Reed, how did you do it? Daniel looked at the Ferrari. Then at the crowd. Then at the sky. His answer was simple. I listened. The reporter frowned. Listen to what? Daniel smiled. To what everyone else ignored. The quote spread around the world. Within days it appeared on posters, magazines, websites, and television programs. Yet the most surprising thing happened 1 week later. Daniel returned to work. Same uniform. Same cart. Same broom. Same quiet smile. Employees couldn't understand it. You could be rich again. Daniel laughed. I've been rich before. You could be famous. I've been famous before. Then why stay here? Daniel looked toward the Ferrari displayed behind the glass. Because for the first time in decades, he looked truly happy. Because I already found what I was looking for. And every morning afterward, visitors arrived hoping to meet the legendary engineer who solved the impossible Ferrari mystery. Most expected to find a celebrity. Instead, they found an old janitor quietly cleaning floors. And every single one of them walked away with the same realization. The world often looks past extraordinary people because it becomes obsessed with extraordinary titles. For 5 years, experts searched for answers while walking past the one man who already had them. Not because he wore a disguise. Not because he hid his intelligence. But because nobody thought to ask the janitor.